Both the upper floor and lower walls are made from 10mm foam, and they're going to be both included in this video. So we're going to cut some 80mm strips for the upper floor, and we're going to cut some 70mm strips for the lower walls, and then we're going to be cutting them to size. So starting here with the upper floor. So I want to make sure that these are the right length. So two of them are going to be longer, and when the rear floor at the back is going to be shorter. We can refer to the schematics for all of the lengths on this. And from here, I'm going to make sure that we've got them nice and square, because it's going to be, we want a nice snug fit with all of this. And you can see with the finished result that this is worth spending a little bit of time on, but that's what they're going to look like there. Now, this is the basically the whole thing that you have to do with the upper floors here. Now, this can be a little bit time consuming, but using a set square and using a sharp knife and using a ruler, you can do this fairly simply. What you're doing is you're just cutting out slots that the pillars are going to go into. So just the little square offcuts to kind of 30mm by 40mm. The position is the important thing. So I'm using a protractor there instead of a set square, because someone had stolen my set square, which I later found. You don't need to know that, boring story. But we're going to cut these offcuts out of each of the things, and then we're going to make sure that we've got the corners on the other one done as well. So essentially we're just cutting a 10mm by 20mm piece out of the end of each of the back, and that is going to form a nice tight fit for the pillar to go in. So you can see it's slotting in there, and then it comes together like that. So that's obviously upside down, but that is what it's going to look like. Now we want these to look like they are slabbed, so we're going to add some slab detail to the top. So just measuring 40mm in from each edge and putting a few marks and then lining that up. And then this is absolutely perfect to have 40mm by 40mm slabs. So just doing 40mm marks along two edges and lining it up like that, and you have a nice square grid pattern that you can use a knife to kind of mark out, and then a pencil to widen, and then rolling over the entire top with the tin foil ball. Also want to do the edge, which is going to be showing as well, but that's what it ended up looking like there. And we then want to take the knife and just do some vertical lines on the front edge, which is visible, just to kind of finish off the slab, and then widen that with a pencil. And we're going to do that with all three pieces, and that's what they end up looking like. Now we're going to paint them, so we're going to do our PVA and black paint undercoats. Important to get into all of the details here, because the more details we get down into, the better kind of our contrast is going to be. And we're just going to sponge this as we have with other things. So just deciding on the grey tone that you want to go for. So going over the whole thing in that grey tone, and then doing a tone that's got a little bit more, a bit lighter, and concentrating that more in the middle. So you can see that there are areas which we've been walked on more, which we want to make lighter. Now for the walls, you can look at the schematics and see exactly what sizes need to be cut. And once you've cut these, it's a pretty simple case. Those are the walls that you need to make. I don't know why I bothered standing them up like this, but this is what I did. I think just to make sure that I'd got all of them. And from here, we're going to add brickwork. So we're going to do vertically, every 10mm, we're going to make a mark. And then we're going to line these up, and we're going to draw lines in between them. And that is going to form our brickwork. And then we're going to do bricks which are 40mm wide. So to do that, just measure at 40mm, and then on the next one up, make sure that you've got an alternating thing, so that you have a kind of, I think it's called knitted brickwork. From there, you're going to take your rune sheet, or you can just make it up, and it's going to start using a pencil just to mark runes into every single piece, and then you're going to lightly roll it with the tin foil ball. Now, adding all this detail does take some time, but I really do think that it's something that's going to really make the difference. As I've said several times before, patience is your biggest skill here. So putting the time into doing the brickwork, putting all of the runes on, which you can do with a film in the background, it all just ends up being very, very worthwhile. From here, you can undercoat it as we have done before with the black paint and PVA. And I don't have any footage of me kind of sponging on the smaller ones, so you can see me sponging it on the big one. Just sponging it across as we have on the other walls, and it ends up looking like that, but not that bit, a lot smaller. And then these are the finished walls. This was then prior to me putting it all together, just a dry fit, just to see what it looks like. And yeah, genuinely think it looks awesome.